New year, new resolutions and new goals. And if you're anything like me, you've done it again. You have overbooked yourself and loaded your calendar a little bit too much. In today's video, we're going to talk about setting quilting goals specifically for the busy moms. I'm going to provide you with a free downloadable PDF guide that you can get using the link in the description box below. Hi, I'm Elena, and on this channel, I simplify quilting for the busy moms by sharing tips, tricks, and tutorials. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and as a thank you, there is a free quilt pattern in the description box below. We're going to talk about 7 steps to set your goals for a busy life. And don't worry if you think you're missing anything from this video, because you can find the document in the description box below. And additionally, you will also find a few worksheets that you can use to keep track of your goals and go over the techniques that we're going to talk about today. Step 1. Start small and build momentum from there. When you're tight on time, you want to set small chunks of time, manageable goals that will get you started. Here's how you do it. You can set a weekly, a daily, a monthly goal to sew for just 15 minutes, or just sew one quilt block, or just put a few half square triangles together, and that is it. Celebrate that success. A bonus tip is to keep a journal. In the download below, I am providing you with a template for a journal to set your small, realistic goals. Step 2 is prioritize your projects. It is very easy to get distracted when you have multiple projects going at the same time. One way to prioritize is by holidays, by occasion, or even by your preference. If you have a few quilts that you don't like to work on for a little bit, put those in timeout and put them on the bottom of your priorities list. Here's how you do it. You can use a log to keep track of your projects. You can list your projects in the first column. In the second one, you're going to write the importance, and at the end, you can assign a priority, high, medium, or low. And this will help you focus on which project you should be sewing first. Step 3 is create a quilting schedule. Look at your schedule and find those pockets of time where you can squeeze in a little bit of quilting. Within your guide, you're going to find a quilting schedule that you can use to plan out your day. You can use this one for quilting or for any other activities. As long as you dedicate time to it, you are much more likely to do it. Step 4. Be realistic about your time. If you're like me and you tell your spouse that it's only going to take you 15 more minutes on that quilt and 2 hours later you're still trying to undo some seams you messed up, just be realistic about it. If you don't finish that particular task at that time because anything happens, it's okay to reschedule it for another day. It's okay to do it another day and not feel bad about it. Just be realistic about your quilting time and understand that quilting also involves unpicking seams, it involves binding, and preparing your fabrics before you start your quilt. If preparing your fabrics is all you can do for that day and you didn't get to cut it or sew it, that is okay. You have made progress. Make sure you mix in small projects along with your larger ones, like your quilts. It helps you get a sense of accomplishment and not feel the burden and overwhelm of having so many large projects. Some examples of these small projects would be pillowcases, small pillowcases, little dolly quilts for your children's toys, tote bags, zipper pouches, and if you're really new to quilting, perhaps a heating pack or a lavender pack that you can easily make with just 2 squares of fabric. Just having that one project completed is going to give you a sense of accomplishment and give you the motivation to continue. I have a monthly tracker to help you with this. For each month, you can list a quick project and a long project to focus on and nothing else. And that will help with those priorities. It will help with those schedules that you're setting up, and it'll help you stay focused. Step 6, set a deadline for each project. Having had quilt patterns submitted to magazines, there was nothing that motivated me more to finish that quilt than the deadline that it was due to the magazine. So that worked the best for me. For example, the quilt behind me, I sewed that one last minute. It was 10 o'clock at night. I had put my child to bed and I was still sewing on it because I had a deadline. Now, I don't want you to do that. I want you to take care of yourself. But if you focus on the end zone, on the end line, on the goal line, however you want to call it, for your project, you'll be much more motivated to stick to it. And step 7, reward yourself. Every time you accomplish a goal, even if it's a very small one, I sewed for 15 minutes today. Write it down and give yourself a reward. You can use this tracker for your goals and set up your rewards. And a bonus tip A really good reward would be sharing your quilt and your finishes with your friends, your loved ones, and the quilting community on social media. You can use my goal tracker to look at your rewards and your goals accomplished years later down the road and see how far you've come. Now, as an exercise, I want you to think of 3 projects that are right now waiting to be finished and set 3 goals and 3 deadlines for those projects. Prioritize them and get to work. Download my free guide below and use any of the trackers that I've provided to help you accomplish your goals. Whatever works best for you, I have provided you with several formats that will help you finish your quilts. I hope 2025 brings you a lot of joy, and it's the year that you finally finish all of your quilts. We talked about my 7-step process and my free guide to help you actually finish your quilts this year. If you liked today's video, make sure to leave me a comment below and subscribe to my channel. And remember to grab the free guide and a free quilt pattern from the description box below. Until next time, happy quilting! Okay, that was good.